Hey everybody, it is almost New Year's Eve. We got Christmas still here. You got lots of family. Everybody's opening bottles of cava and prosecco and champagne, sparkling wine. Don't drink that stuff plain. Elevate it. Make yourself a French 75. Add some brandy, add some citrus. It's really a delicious, delightful cocktail, as you can see here. Everybody likes it. Hey, I got a great story. The drink has a great story, so stay around for that. And I've got some pro tips for you here on Tuesday Night Cocktail Club. Stick around. This is the cocktail club that meets weekly to share stories and pro tips for your home bar. No paywall, no dues, updates every Tuesday. Okay, so the French 75 is named after a big gun that was used by the French army during World War II. The French were fighting the Germans. And so they had a big cannon, the Cannon 75. And this cannon was famous because it was fast loading in the field, but it also had a big kick. So then in 1915, at Harry's New York bar in Paris, it's still there. I've never been there, but I imagine it's a little thirsty and expensive. But either way, it's still there. At that bar, they were playing with different cocktails. They were experimenting with brandy and calvados and other things. And whatever it was, they decided that this cocktail had a big kick to it. And so the gun had a big kick, so they named the drink after the gun. Eventually, they settled on the version with citrus, brandy, and a little champagne and some simple syrup. And it really took off, it's 1919, obviously, pre-mass media, internet, but it took off and it became this big cocktail. It was first introduced to America. There was an article in a newspaper called the Washington Herald, and so they talked about this drink then. It also became famous because it was included in the book The Great Gatsby, and it was also included in the movie Casablanca. So it became this big, famous wartime romantic cocktail, but it's really, truly a great drink. And so at some point, though, the recipe swapped from the cognac and brandy to gin. That's probably the more famous version. I make it with the original cognac and brandy. That's what I recommend. And so let's do the build here. So I've got my mixing glass here, and it's 1 ounce of brandy. I don't use cognac, I use a French brandy. I've got here Napoleon brandy. I think there are some good brandies out there. I don't necessarily, Courvoisier is a good price point too. But then it's got 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, and then 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. And that's basically the heart of it. And then we add the ice in here, which I may not have done in the right order, but here we are. And so you give it a good shake. And I pour it right into my champagne flute here, which I've chilled. It's very important to chill the flute because you want to keep everything cold. And there's the pour. And then I've got some chilled, I like this canned prosecco. There's different brands. I've seen it in Whole Foods. I've seen them elsewhere, liquor stores. I love canned because it's just prosecco, but the idea is, you buy a 6-pack or a 4-pack of the cans. It's makes more sense than buying a bottle. You open a bottle, you have 2 people drinking it, you waste the whole bottle. The cans make so much more sense. So here I've got a can. And that is my pro tip, by the way. And then I top it off here. And then it's also important to mix it too. I don't know how intuitive that is. I not necessarily thought of that, but it's also really important to pour in the sparkling wine after you've done your mix. So here it is. And then I've also got my lemon peel, and I'm going to express that, and I think that adds a nice touch to it. And there you have a French 75. Boy, it's hard not to like this cocktail. It's very refreshing. It's very light. People who don't like cocktails love this cocktail, so it's great for a crowd. It's impressive when you make it. It really is delicious. It's a light touch of the lemon. The brandy gives it a richness. The sparkling wine, makes it bubbly and festive and seasonal, and Happy New Year for everybody. It's really a great drink. I encourage everybody to make this. So that's my drink this week. Onto the club notes here. Next week, I don't know. I don't really have something planned. I have one more drink to make for the year. Maybe it's the cocktail of 2026. Anyways, thank you for joining. This is Tuesday Night Cocktail Club. Please like and subscribe. Join the club. We are the club with no paywall, no dues. And so sign up and boy, come join us every week. Every Tuesday we post videos. So, and I encourage everybody, make this French 75. It's truly delicious. It's a delight.